For 8 seasons, Shawn Kemp entertained numerous NBA fans while playing for the Seattle Supersonics. Then all of a sudden, prior to the start of the 1997-1998 NBA season, Shawn Kemp was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. For this video, I want to take a brief look at Shawn Kemp's time in Cleveland. So in short, Kemp requested a trade from Seattle because he felt undervalued and wanted to get paid. As a result, Kemp was sent to Cleveland in a 3-team trade, and Kemp signed a deal with Cleveland that was for 7 years worth over $100 million. So Shawn Kemp is a Cleveland Cavalier, and this 1997-98 Cavs team was one of my favorite NBA teams ever. I made a video about this team that went into more detail about this team, but essentially it was Shawn Kemp being surrounded by 4 rookies in Brevin Knight, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Cedric Henderson, and Derek Anderson, and in addition, sharpshooter Wesley Person was the team's second leading scorer behind Kemp. Now this Cavs team played a much different style than what Kemp was used to in Seattle. According to Basketball Reference, the 1997-1998 Cleveland Cavaliers ranked first in defensive rating, but I was surprised that this Cavs team, they ranked 17th in terms of pace, as I would have guessed that this Cavs team played at one of the slower paces in the NBA this season. That 17 out of 29, that really surprises me. What I want to say is that yes, I enjoyed seeing Shawn Kemp using his speed and athleticism going up and down the court, but I also like this Kemp in a more methodical half-court game. Those Sonics teams that Kemp played on were very deep, and meanwhile, during Kemp's first season in Cleveland, I enjoyed seeing Kemp get the ball more in the post and letting him go to work, as Kemp was such a focal point on this Cavs team. During the 97-98 NBA season, Kemp had a career high in terms of shot attempts per game, but surprisingly, I would have not have guessed this, but Kemp, he only shot 44% from the field. Nonetheless, Kemp, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds per game this season, and earned a 6th straight All-Star nod. But the Cavaliers, they lost in the first round to the Pacers. So I really enjoyed this Cavaliers team. Then for the 1998-1999 NBA season, there was a lockout, hence the NBA season would start extremely late, as regular season games would begin in February. And for this season, it was a blur to me, as so many games were quite compacted into a short period during this 50-game NBA season. The postseason had some memorable games and series, but anyways, with what I said previously, I kind of forgot about the Cavaliers this season, as my attention quickly turned to a Trailblazers team I really liked. And with Jason Williams entering the league, I was really intrigued with what was going on in Sacramento. Nonetheless, what I really missed because of the lockout is that Shawn Kemp showed up to camp 35 pounds overweight. There were even some reports that Kemp's weight ballooned to over 300 pounds. In a Sports Illustrated article written by Matthew Schmidt, after mentioning that Kemp gained 35 extra pounds, the Rain Man told head coach Mike Fratello that he didn't think there would be basketball for the 98-99 season. On an episode of NBA TV's Open Court, Steve Kerr basically mentioned, and I'm paraphrasing this, but Kerr talked about the lockout had a negative effect on Kemp, as people needed the game and needed the structure of practicing and workouts. Furthermore, Kenny Smith said that it was surprising that weight was an issue for Kemp. And I just want to leave it at that, as I'm not going to get into the off-the-court issues. But despite all of that, Kemp, he did wind up averaging a career high 20.5 points per game to go along with 9.2 rebounds per game in 42 games for the 98-99 season. The Cavaliers did not make the playoffs, finishing with a 22-28 record. For the 1999-2000 season, I remember seeing Kemp, but something wasn't right to me because the lockout was such a blur, and I was not aware about Kemp's weight issues at the time. And I'm someone who is not good at determining if someone gained weight or lost weight, but to me, something was not right with Kemp. And that Cavs team during Kemp's first season in Cleveland was like a flash in the pan. Cleveland once again did not make the playoffs, finishing with a 32-50 record. So after his third season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kemp was then traded to Portland. And this is when I really noticed that Kemp, he looked slow, overweight, and his athleticism was clearly not the same. Kemp's numbers decreased greatly. The only memory I have Kemp with the Trailblazers is him rubbing down Ruben Patterson's ankles or something like that and calling Patterson the Kobe stopper. After 2 seasons at Portland, Kemp would play 1 more season in Orlando and then call it a career. So back to the Sports Illustrated article by Matthew Schmidt, and I want to read the last 2 paragraphs in this article. People have amnesia about how incredible of a talent Kemp was, even in his Cavaliers tenure. No, he wasn't quite the same high flyer he was during his time with the Supersonics, but the fact that he managed to garner MVP votes in a year in which he added substantial weight, undesirable weight, to his frame is a testament to the abilities of Kemp. Kemp days with the Cavs were short, and they were unceremonious, but throughout his 3 years in Believeland, there were sprinkles of what once was and what could have been. And I'll finish this by saying, no, I don't have amnesia about Kemp's talent, but I guess I have amnesia during Kemp's final 2 years in Cleveland. But Kemp's first season in Cleveland, I remember quite well. It was a fun team to follow. I enjoyed seeing Kemp carrying the Cavs, carry a team that had 4 rookies playing very meaningful minutes, along with Wesley Person. But while with Cleveland, when the lockout happened, Kemp was still in his prime at 29 years old. But weight became a problem for Kemp and subsequently a quick downfall for a player numerous NBA fans love to watch play. For me, my favorite season of Shawn Kemp's career was his first season in Cleveland, the 1997-1998 NBA season. Thank you so much for your interest in this video. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me, what were your memories of Shawn Kemp with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Thank you so much once again, and thank you so much for all the support.